Hello, everyone, and welcome to On Deck at Dusk, brought to you by Haunt and Cold Podcast.
We are your hosts, April and
Katie.
nice.
I said my name like I'm like super interesting. Like,
Whoa,
ooh.
Katie's joining us from Utah.
Yeah, yeah, just general Utah. If you're listening and you're a Patreon member, thank you again for being a loyal Patreon member.
Yes, I hope you enjoy these bonus episodes. If you have
Yeah,
suggestions, you could always tell us, but
definitely. This is a bonus episode that we release on the first of every month where we tell stories that are outer national. Um, but yeah, each month we switch off. So like we do true crime and then paranormal, true crime, paranormal. This month is paranormal. So
Ooh.
it's gonna be a fun one, I think. Are you ready for my story?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My story is a global story. So it's not tied to one location.
Okay. The world is haunted.
The
FYI.
world, the world is it's yeah, exactly. It's all over. Um,
Aliens.
close.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So when we were young, we treasured our favorite stuffed animals and dolls. So much so that we would tuck them in at night and make sure that they were never left alone. Of course, that was all just play and pretend, but for one of our toys, it might have been more than that. So it was Halloween time in 1998 when parents were driving to every department store to buy their kids a cute and furry gerbil gremlin owl like toy called the Furby,
Freaking creepiest toy of all time.
which I've always thought they were really cute. I've never thought they were creepy.
I see. I thought they were cute until they were creepy.
Okay, like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Initially, I thought they were cute, and now they scare me.
yeah. Well, because people have made them scary.
Yes. Stories have
People,
made them scary.
yeah,
But I remember
yes.
wanting one.
Yeah, and how come we never got one?
How come only Heather got one? Is what I
Yeah,
want to know.
this long lashed, big eyed toy was created by a company called Tiger Electronics. Its furry body resembles a hamster owl combination and is built with a small electric motor hooked to a system of infrared technology behind the Furby's eyes that give it the ability to move and make noises.
Hmm.
And fun fact, Tiger Electronics was the company that brought us other toys and games like the Talk Boy, Bop It, Gigapets, and Hit Clips.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And a billion other things too.
Yeah.
But Furby was released October 1998, and by the end of the year, over 1.8 million Furbies were sold.
Whoa.
By the end of 1999, 14 million Furbies were sold and reached the top of the popularity charts as far as toys go,
Whoa, that's crazy.
right? 40 million were sold by the end of the year 2000.
Oh my gosh.
It was competing with Barbie, the Hula Hoop, and Action Man.
It was competing with Barbie. That's
Right.
crazy.
Especially when you think about like Barbie isn't just Barbie. There's Barbie's car, Barbie's house, Barbie's
Yeah,
accessories. But for Furby, it's just Furby,
right.
you know? So
And
like,
it's competing with Barbie and everything that consumes Barbie.
right.
That's crazy because I remember
Yeah.
like Barbie is like one of the bigger, like in my memory of being a kid, that
Mhm.
was a huge
Staple.
popular thing that you like every girl had Barbies.
Yeah.
But I don't remember every girl having a Furby. So that's
Right.
just crazy.
That's true. Like we had Barbies. We had Barbies of all kinds, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And even still, you can find Barbies just like at a DI, but to find a
Hmm.
Furby is way more rare.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's crazy.
crazy. Nuts.
Um, what made these Furbies so attractive towards kids is that they were these adorable little pet things that needed owners to take care of them, to befriend them, to burp them, to teach them a new language. And that's apart from their own Furby language. So,
Hmm.
fun fact, Furbies are programmed to learn and respond to at least 24 different languages. So
Whoa.
that's how it became global, is that all like all these other countries were able to buy them and like teach them their own language.
I kind of feel like that's pretty advanced for that time. Is it
Right.
not?
It is.
It is.
Right.
Okay.
So when a Furby is fresh out of its package, it speaks only Furbish, which is a unique language that only Furbies use. So the more you communicate with it in your own language, the more it's able to respond to you in that language.
Okay.
So it becomes more and more intelligent the more you use it.
Whoa. The beginning of AI.
Yeah. So, fun fact, through all my reading, I found out that you can program your Furby to say cuss words as well. So, like, they can learn all kinds of phrases.
That's funny.
So, Furby AI, that's my next bullet.
Uh-huh.
The idea of artificial intelligence had been nothing more than a wishful thinking and science fiction up until 1950s. And Furby ended up being one of the first attempts at domestic AI at mass production.
Hmm.
It was built with sensors and infrared detectors between its eyes so that the Furby could learn and adapt to its environment. So for example, if you held your Furby upside down, it would say, I'm scared. Or if you were to snuggle it or pet it a certain way, it would say, Me love you.
Oh.
Um, so yeah, like in the 90s, of course that was popular because it's like the first like robot pet.
Right.
In 1999, Furby babies were released, which were just smaller versions of the Furby that weren't as intelligent, but they still made noises that you could like still made noises and you could still play games with them.
Okay.
The dream behind the Furby was to have something that to unite man and an ever-evolving machine, which is kind of scary for a kid's toy.
Yeah, like let's introduce this to the children first. Let's
Right.
see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. And put them in every single house in America.
Right. And then now you know there's no more Furbies at the store. So what happened, Katie?
Right. Well, on January 13th of 1999, the Furby ended up being banned from being on the property of the National Security Agency because there was worry that the Furby could be used to record and repeat classified information. Which
Well,
my
who
thought
has a
is
Furby in their office?
that was my exact thought. I'm like, which coworker is bringing their Furby for someone else to like look over and be like, I need to take this to HR. Like this
Yeah,
thing is
this is
a
dangerous.
problem.
Yeah. It's learning our secrets. Can you
I would
keep your
love to
Furbies at
be
home?
part, right. I would love to be part of that like work gossip.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, did you see Janet brought her Furby into the office? What
Yeah.
is she doing?
And she's speaking Russian to it.
Okay.
So the owner of Tiger Electronics, Roger Schiffman, came out and said that Furbies have absolutely no ability to record information. But because the claim stirred up so much emotion, he ended up doing some he ended up doing like a demonstration for people to show that the Furby's microphone can't actually record any sound at all and that it can only hear beeping noises. I don't understand how it works, but like it has a microphone within it that's not recording voices, it just records beeping sounds. I don't know.
But when you talk to it, you're not beeping.
Yeah, that's true though.
Like,
I don't know. I have no
like
idea.
who's
I
beeping out
don't
there, Furbies?
like
Like
beep,
it was
boop,
in the
bop, beep.
instructions.
That's one of the languages.
This is the only way to communicate with your Furby is through beeping noises. It's in the fine print.
Right.
Ugh.
I have no idea. I don't know. Some technology nerd out there is probably listening to this and it's like, you have it all wrong. You're
Like you
so
don't even
stupid.
understand sound waves become beeps.
Or it's like, you know how like in SpongeBob when he's like cussing and it comes out as like dolphin noises?
Yeah.
Like you don't even know that when you're talking, it actually comes out as beeping sounds. Idiot.
Yeah. And when it reaches people's ears, it's just words or how their brains like it.
Like that's what Morse code is, didn't you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Oh, it's funny.
Okay. So also by 1999, a website emerged called Furby Autopsy, where someone had flayed a Furby showing its inner parts, and then showing you how to rewire it so that it can live longer.
Do they
This is
die?
where, well,
Wait, like you just give it a better battery? Like,
I don't know how wires work exactly, but like they were like demonstrating how you can make it so it will live beyond its typical lifespan.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Like I don't know if they put like better stuff in it, like better
Yeah,
wires or better
better
batteries,
batteries. Yeah,
better
okay.
voice box. I don't know. I have no idea. But like they're showing you how you can do that. So apparently the trick is to leave your Furby alone for a couple days so that it can sleep and then run out its batteries. Then, after the batteries are replaced, the Furby should wake up with its eyes closed and it will make a sharp buzzing noise. That's when the toy is put back together in a Frankenstein fashion.
Huh. Sounds gory, but it's just a robot.
Yeah. Well, and I was like gonna go on a whole deep dive about like I think they're called odd bodies. Have you ever heard of that?
Uh-uh.
It's where I think it's like a whole community of like robot people who like not robot people, but people who like build robots, but like they take them from like one toy and mesh it with another toy.
Like Sid
Like,
on Toy Story.
yeah, exactly like that.
Gotcha.
People do that. It's a thing.
Sounds evil.
It does. It's like leave it alone.
Sounds like a villain kind of thing to
Somebody like I
do.
saw I saw a picture of somebody taking like the face and like brain of a Furby and they attached it to a teddy bear. So it had like the face of a Furby, but it's on the body of a teddy bear. And it's like that doesn't belong. Don't do that.
Why are they doing that? I don't
I don't know.
understand. Weird.
Even still to today, the original Furbies are popular with most hackers because they can be dissected and made into different things. It's like I was saying. Um, but because the reason why Furbies have been like the ones targeted by this community is because it has advanced audio and sensory capabilities, like in like the AI stuff. Like they're able to like use that with their robots. Like it's the only toy that had it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but why?
I don't know. Oh, the community is called the circuit bending community.
Circuit benders.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right? Sounds
That
like
sounds
avatars.
cool. Yeah.
So, because of this bizarre reaction from consumers, Hasbro, which is a company who partnered with Tiger Electronics, who owned the Furby line, Hasbro tried releasing another reimagined Furby in 2005 that was slightly bigger and the eyes looked a little bit different and it had more complex facial movements.
Mm.
Um, this 2005 reintroduction was called the new Emototronic Furby. Unfortunately, after the first 2 years of success in sales, not a lot of people became interested in buying them because they became culturally creepy. Like
Uh,
there were so many stories around at that time that they were like, yeah, we're not gonna let our kids have this in the house because there's so many like conspiracies about them or like
hmm.
people thinking they're being possessed, like that they're like almost like a Ouija board to the other side.
Yeah,
Like
that's what
a
I've
lot of
heard. Hmm.
yeah, like a lot of people have heard like these crazy stories. And so like even though kids loved them for what they were meant to be used for, they
Hmm.
still had this dark side that like, yeah. So in fact, it became entertainment for a lot of children and teens and some adults to watch different ways in which these Furbies could die. After YouTube launched in 2005, a video went viral where someone put a Furby in a microwave to watch it slowly melt to death. And in the video, you hear its last words are cockle doodle doo.
Oh,
Isn't that so sad? I
that is why.
don't know.
That is
So
so sad.
today, the Furby community is split in half. Either you love them or you completely avoid them.
Hmm.
The paranoia surrounding Furbies can be blamed on fiction writers who took advantage of the cuteness and intelligence and created vibrant stories about Furbies becoming so
Uh,
powerful that they murder their own owners in cold blood.
People just really like to ruin things.
I found that by 2003 is when the urban legends really hit their peak, which I feel like is so fast and soon, considering like
They
from
were released in
basically
98, right?
the end of 98. So like let's just say
Yeah.
99 to 2004 years,
Yeah,
you
and then
know?
they're like a global problem.
Yeah, right. So like something must have been going on, like it can't all just be fake, right? Or like people just being paranoid. Like there has to have been like something actually creepy about them. To me, I think that
I
if
think so. I will like I don't know. I could see like a rumor being spread and then people like feeding on it. But for it to be so global before internet was super like used,
Mhm.
I do think there's a level of like that it's eerie. Like there's
Yeah,
something eerie and weird going on that's not because now, I mean, things can go viral in
yeah.
5 seconds,
Oh yeah.
but like then not not quite as easy for things to be so like commonplace, for things
Hmm.
to be like, oh yeah, Furbies are possessed. We just know
All
that.
right. Yeah.
It's like a common knowledge. I feel like you're right. I would think that it's a little bit more the creepy side rather than the
Cute side.
yeah.
Yeah. But there were even conspiracy theories floating around that the true origin of the toy came from extraterrestrial scientists that worked in Area 51.
Oh,
Um, so that was just like one of like the fun conspiracy theories that I saw that I'm like, oh my gosh, it includes aliens.
can you imagine if like this AI type technology that they ended up getting it from Area 51, not necessarily that like aliens created it or anything, but like
Right.
there's some technology and this guy's just like, I think we should put it in a stuffed animal.
And then make sure it's the hot thing for Christmas.
Yeah. I think every kid would love this.
Oh, but
You
like
know?
what an evil master plan for like world domination. Like if you think about it, like it sounds like a cartoon.
I
You know?
know. Yeah. That it's the
Oh,
start of a villain story. It's a
it
villain
is.
origin story.
It
Who
is.
pissed off who, Area 51, and then created the Furby to give to every child in
There
the
should be like a
world.
movie written about this, like a 90s throwback. Like trying like call it like the Furby Uprising
Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
The return of the Furby.
Yeah, exactly. So the third generation of Furbies was released in September of 2012, and that was called the Furby Connect. And it had bright LED eyes, a cute little sleep mask that you could put on it so that that tells it to go to sleep. So it also
Oh.
covered its eyes at night because that was a big complaint is that people were saying it's been staring at me while I sleep. So they literally gave it a sleep mask that you
Yeah.
put over it,
Hmm.
which I thought was funny.
That is funny.
This third generation also came in 16 different colors,
Hmm.
which they're really cute. I really want one. I'm in the market, so if anybody knows where I can get one,
The
let me
Bennetts
know.
have two, and we got
What?
them out the other day. Yeah. That's why
Oh
I
my
think this is really
gosh.
funny. I was gonna wait till the end to talk about it, but
We should we should play with them. I want to play with them.
I should like next time I go over there, I'll just be like, can we record them talking to because they talk to
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah, they do. Oh, will
Yeah.
you please?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Okay.
put me on speakerphone because I want to talk to them.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, Furbies.
It's so weird though, watching them just sit and talk to each other. It's so
Yeah,
weird.
it is really weird. Oh my gosh. That's exciting that you know somebody who has one. Like I would
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to play with them so bad. These Furby Connects allowed their user to control the toy using an app on the smart device. Um, on the app, it allowed you to grow and take care of a little virtual Furby offspring too. Even though this new version of Furby lets the owner have more technological control over it, it seemed to only intensify people's disturbing and violent responses to it.
The violent responses is what I don't understand.
I know.
So, like, were they just,
I mean, I wonder if it's just like how like people thought Furbies were almost like a Ouija board.
yeah.
And you know how some people like will completely destroy a Ouija board in like the
Oh,
most
right.
violent way,
So they were
like burning it or
destroying them
something.
to get rid of them instead
Yeah,
of just tossing them. Okay,
right, exactly.
gotcha.
Um, so The Verge, which I believe is a magazine, they wrote an article on the subject surrounding the response to Furbies, and they were quoted saying that it was designed to destroy your soul, that the Furby was designed to destroy your soul. And the
That's a
Irish
bit
Times,
dramatic.
right? And the Irish Times said that the Furby was a potential spawn of Satan. So to make things worse, remember when Roger Schiffman, the owner of Tiger Electronics, came out and said that the microphone inside the Furby couldn't record voices?
Yeah.
Well, security researchers discovered that the microphone on a Furby Connect can be remotely activated or hacked and used to record conversations via a Bluetooth connection.
What I don't understand, because when I connect to something Bluetooth on my phone,
Mhm.
I can't control it.
You can sometimes. Like it depends on what it is.
I guess like with the TV, I can control it depending on the app I'm using
Right. So like I wonder if hackers were like building an app
to like control.
to
Okay.
connect to
So what were they
control.
doing with it when they were hacking into it? Were they making it do things? Were they recording? Were they like talking, making it talk, or like what were they doing?
I didn't find any like specific stories about like what happened when
The
these
hacking
hackers did
part?
it,
Oh, okay.
but I just found that the security researchers found that it was possible that that could happen.
Okay.
So like it just kind of was like a PSA to parents, like just so you know, like this can happen. So
Right.
it's kind of like how remember there was like a big thing out there a while back about Alexas being hacked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like that, I assume.
But yeah, everyone has them in their house. I mean, I
Mhm.
don't, but I feel like
Yeah.
everyone has one of those. And I'm like, of course you're gonna be able to like hear what's going on in your
Hmm.
house. Like that,
Yeah.
duh.
Yeah. Right. Like if our other devices aren't already listening enough.
My phone, literally, if I say the word like underwear, my ads are gonna be full of underwear.
I I swear on God's green planet that my phones can read my mind.
I agree. It has read my mind and given me ads for what I literally thought about.
Same.
It
Like
is the
moments ago, I would have thought about like, oh, I need to like clean my ears with some Q-tips. And then all of a sudden, I see Q-tip commercials.
Yep. It's it's the freakiest thing, and I don't understand it, but
I'm
it's happening.
convinced.
It's
Mhm.
happening. I don't
It's
know how.
happening. It's super happening. Anyway, so if you thought Furbies were bad, like your
Yeah,
own phone.
your phone is doing the same thing to you, except it's not looking
Yeah.
at you while you sleep.
Right. The app for this Furby has since been removed from the app stores, and that was since 2021. So if you end up getting a Furby Connect, you can no longer download the app for it. So,
It's crazy to me how recent that was. Because in
mhm.
my head, Furbies are 90s. So it just is
Yeah,
weird that even though it was released in 99 or
right.
whatever, it
Yeah.
it's weird to me that it's like still around.
It's going to be the 25th anniversary this year. That's nuts.
Whoa.
So, this was now the third time that a new line of Furbies had been released, and people's reactions toward them had been negative. The difference this time is that social media had become a part, excuse me, had become a part of everyone's lives, so the stories about haunted or demonic Furbies became more and more common, as well as more outrageous. Um, so let me just tell you a story that I found that kind of goes within this timeline.
Okay.
So this is a story I found from a podcast called Reddit Explains Conspiracy and the Unknown.
Okay.
So this story originally came from a Reddit post, and this podcast just relayed the
Just covered
information.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, Also, I believe that this story took place in about 2011 or 2012. So here's how it goes. They said, when I was 9, I encountered a very strange Furby. I was having a sleepover with my friend, and I noticed that she had a red Furby boom, which was like a red Furby with black eyes and like black ears and black feet.
Black eyes,
Um,
like around its eyes, like a raccoon type.
yes, like
Okay.
black around its eyes. We started to play with it, and my friend was showing me how it worked. We were having a really great time before her sister came in and she accidentally dropped it on the ground. Normally, it's not a big deal when a Furby is dropped, especially when it's only about a foot off the ground, but for some reason, the Furby started to act differently. It went from funny, cheerful creature to an evil, diabolical gremlin with fire for eyes. The eyes of a Furby would change depending on its mood, and this time the Furby's eyes changed to fire. My friend and I just shrugged it off and figured that they would go back to normal eventually, but they never did. It terrorized us throughout the night by changing positions and making noises that weren't actually programmed. We got so scared that we locked ourselves in the bathroom. It finally changed its mood back to normal, but when we came out of the bathroom, it went back to evil and stayed that way for hours. When morning came, we went into my friend's parents' bedroom and set the Furby on their nightstand while we talked about what to do with it. This is when things became much worse. An idea that we had come up with was to throw it out the window and wait until it gets run over by a car. And then we were planning on pouring water over it to make sure all the electronical components were fried. While brainstorming this plan, we heard a noise come from the Furby. When we looked over, it had turned itself on and was staring at us with its red flame eyes. Then, in a tiny, creepy voice, it said, I knew that. I responded, seriously? And it responded, uh huh. We ran out of the room terrified, but my friend eventually had to go back in to grab something. She came back out running, squealing, and saying that she heard the Furby say, ha ha, I hurt her, as she was leaving the room.
Oh my
I'll
gosh.
never know if my friend was telling the truth or just trying to scare me, but either way, I'll never touch a Furby again.
I wouldn't touch another Furby again either.
Right? It's
That
like
is
it's
terrifying.
introduced itself to me. It's like I feel like now I can't just play dumb, you know? Like,
Yeah.
oh, that wasn't the Furby. Ugh,
Oh
that's
my
so
gosh.
creepy.
I wonder what they did with it after that. Like, I wonder if they chucked it.
Yeah.
But what do you expect when you're like planning its torture right in front of
Yeah, right.
it?
Like you were just asking for that. Like, did you want it just to sit there silently and take it?
And be
No.
like, okay.
Right. So of course there were still Furby loving consumers out there, and Hasbro still wanted to make their money. So the most updated Furby on the market was released in 2016. This fourth generation of Furbies were sort of an extension of the Furby Connect generation, where it had even more expressive eyes, came with an app, and had small translucent joystick on top of its head so that when it was toggled, it would control the app games that you could play.
Like make it walk around or what?
I guess. I don't know what games you could play, but
Oh,
yeah, like if you wanted to
weird.
like move forward, back, left, right, like that's how you did it.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah. And then, so this new version was pretty cool because one of its features was that it could learn songs. Like if you sing songs, it can learn to sing it with you.
Hmm.
One not so cool thing is that it only knew two languages, which were Russian and English,
Russian and English? What does that tell you?
right?
Wouldn't
It's
it
kind of
be
weird.
Spanish and English?
Yeah.
Like, just because the target
North
market,
American continent. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like that's a clue.
Right. It's like CIA.
Yeah,
It is interesting that it's those two languages. Like why?
yeah.
And why couldn't you add the other languages? Like not even just one more to make it less weird.
I wonder if it's because the people who were buying them were predominantly English speaking or Russian speaking. Like,
Oh, maybe
maybe
like
that
their
was just
market.
the people who were buying them. So they went
Yeah.
with the top two, like,
Yeah.
moneymaker.
That's possible because after this was released, I think the company went bankrupt. So that could be possible.
Yeah.
So a lot of Furby owners have told some pretty creepy stories. Mainly, Furbies are known to talk or make noises after their batteries are dead or have been removed. Some people claim that their Furby has moved on its own, whether that's just small movements or just completely relocating itself. So those are like the two main things you're going to hear in these stories. Is like
Okay.
either it's basically just doing things on its own that don't make sense.
Right.
So here they are.
Okay. I'm ready.
So someone on Reddit posted that they at one point as a child received a Furby that they absolutely adored for a few months. They turned it off and they put it at the top of their closet for safekeeping. They didn't want to give it away, but they simply just weren't playing with it anymore. So it sat up there on the shelf. Um, so it sat up there on the shelf. It was turned off and its eyes were closed. It stayed that way for 4 years. One day, they opened their closet door and suddenly made eye contact with the Furby
What?
because somehow its eyes were open.
Oh my
While
gosh.
they just stared at each other and made eye contact, it suddenly blinked. Apparently, that freaked them out so bad they ended up getting rid of the Furby like the next day.
Yeah. I'd chuck it in the garbage. That is terrifying. You
Right?
turned it off for 4 years. You open the door and it's just staring at you right in the face.
And could you imagine like in your little staring contest, all of a sudden it's just like, bitch, I've been here for how long? um, so I found a commenter on Reddit who said that at one time they had two Furbies and said that he kept them in his closet, but in the middle of the night they'd wake up by themselves and then they would talk to each other in
Yeah.
broken English. He said that during the day their voices were small and cute sounding, but at night their voices sounded more sinister. He said that he could never totally understand what was being said, except that one time he remembers hearing, clear as day, one of them calling out, "Here, kitty, kitty, kitty," followed by a creepy laugh.
Oh my gosh. That would be so scary.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's
That
so random, but it's like that would make me poop my pants.
I know.
Guaranteed.
Right? They should just have a room full of Furbies in a haunted house,
Yeah,
all just talking to each other. That'd be so cool.
right. So I want to show you something.
Okay.
Have you seen the Mitchells versus the Machines?
No.
Okay, my kids love this movie. I think it's on
Okay.
Netflix, but it's super funny. You should watch it sometime. But I want to show
Okay.
you this scene really quick. 'Cause then there's another story that is about this scene. Okay.
Okay. I can't hear anything. Am I
Oh,
supposed
you
to?
can't?
No.
Yeah.
Here, send it to me. Send me the link. I'll just watch it on my phone.
What was that? Hold on a second. What's a Furby? Well, it's haunting.
That'd be so creepy. Can you hear it?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. Oh my gosh. How long do you want me to watch for?
It's
The whole
probably enough.
destruction.
Yeah, I love that movie though. My kids love
I've
it's
never
really
heard of
fun.
it, so we'll have to watch it.
Yeah, my kids giggled, especially towards the end, like around that time when they're just like fighting on the machines. Like
Uh-huh.
my kids giggled to death. They think it's so
That's funny.
funny.
We'll have to watch
So
it.
I tell you about this scene because I found a story on TikTok. It was somebody just in the comment section. They said that while they're watching this specific scene in this movie, they had a Furby in the room, and after that scene happened, the Furby started to laugh on its own.
I would love to test that.
Right?
I should make Megan do it. It should
Yeah.
be like, can you either let me borrow it
Yeah. Or have a
so I
movie
can
night
so we
over
can
there.
watch this and see what it does. And then watch a scary movie and see if it
Yeah.
reacts.
Right. Because sometimes it says like, I'm scared.
Yeah.
So what if it
And
says
I'd be
that?
like, me too.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna see if she'll let me borrow it. And then if we
Yeah.
do, and maybe we can have that be extra content or something
Yeah.
where we like watch a scary movie with our Furby.
Right. Oh, that'd be so fun.
That
And
would
like
be funny.
record like the like but like put it on like a time lapse, like to see if
Yeah,
it moves or anything.
right. And then we'll
So,
just like slow it down if it like says something.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
And at what point in the movie?
I'll see if she'll let me borrow it.
Okay. That'd be so fun to test out.
Or even if she'll like come over here. Like we could if she's like, worried about it going missing or something, I'll just be like,
Right.
"How about you come over and watch a movie with us?"
Yeah. It's for scientific
Yeah,
reasons.
it's we have a study to do.
Yeah, right. Another story I found said that one time someone took the batteries out of their Furby so that they could clean it, but when they put the batteries back, it never turned back on. But then, about 5 months later, it out of nowhere made a high-pitched screaming noise and then turned off again. Then it turned itself back on and said, "Hello," and started laughing.
Oh my gosh. It sounds so sinister, but like it could just be like
A glitch.
a glitch, but it
Right.
sounds scary.
Right. It does
I
sound
can't
really
tell if
scary.
it sounds scary because know it's supposed to be
Like
scary.
primed to think that.
Yeah. Or if it was new now, like if its first release was now, would it still be as scary if it started
Right.
doing things on its own?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
like
the Alexa did, and people were like, "Oh my gosh," you know.
yes, I bet. You know what? I
Yeah,
bet it would still be scary even if
probably.
it hadn't been so long that Furbies were just labeled as creepy.
Right. I
Yeah.
think, yeah, it's creepy, even still.
Yep.
Um, Someone I just have quotation marks for. I don't know who said it or where I found it.
Someone said this because
So,
there's quotation marks.
yeah, that's the only hint I got.
We're really good at quoting people. We're like, someone
Right.
said this.
I would be a great journalist.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so this person, this human somewhere said, everyone knows how terrifying their eyes are, but let me see this again. Everyone knows how terrifying their eyes are when they are staring at you. Me, knowing this, taped them shut while sleeping at night. One morning, I found that the tape was removed and its eyes were wide open. So I got rid of it.
The tape was removed.
Mm-hmm.
But what brand of tape were you using?
Yeah, I know, like scotch or like painter's tape, or
Because painter's tape can just fall right off.
especially if it's dusty or furry, like if you
Yeah.
taped it onto the fur.
Yeah.
I think that was user error.
Yeah. You need to learn how to use tape.
Yeah. Uh, Here's another quote. I don't have any. I don't know why I
Is
didn't.
it from
I
TikTok, do you
I wonder if
think?
these are TikTok comments,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because I found a lot.
Okay.
Yes, these were TikTok comments.
Okay.
Sorry. So this one said, me and my little brother once got two Furbies for Christmas. They were kind of cute until one of them suddenly swapped personalities into a disgusting, drunk, middle-aged man who would burp, fart, and make weird comments in a really strange voice. We spent hours trying to get it to switch back. Me and my brother referred to this as going rogue. Both of our Furbies went rogue several times after that, and every time it happened, we'd either run away in terror screaming, or we'd run away in terror screaming, "It's happening again. The Furby's going rogue." And what's crazy is with that comment, people like replied to it saying, "Yeah, mine went rogue a lot too." So
How
like
did
that
it
was a thing.
It just changed personalities and it's a drunk
Yeah.
middle-aged man.
Yeah, who would like burp and fart.
Or that could be a teenage boy.
Right. Like their older brother, like figuring out how to use Bluetooth.
Right.
Probably.
We're like debunking these. But no, I bet because I feel like they have specific like sounds. Because I know I heard Josh's sister's Furby. I did hear it like make sounds like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Like
I
a
wonder
burping
if
sound.
like if it was a glitch where it would only do those sounds instead of
Mm,
all the other ones.
maybe.
I'm just thinking technology is not perfect. So it's
Yeah.
like but the being
Especially at
turned
mass
off,
production.
right. But it being turned off and then its eyes like opening, I think that's more creepy to me than like the sounds that it's making
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, like saying creepy stuff, but like other things could be just a glitch in the
Right.
technology, you know?
Right. The other stuff is like, is it coincidence or
Right. Like the one where they were like plotting on how to
yeah.
break it.
Right. Another story I came across was someone with the handle Moth Monster. Um, found them on TikTok. And I'll post like where I found all these things on
Okay.
TikTok too. Because I have them all saved. So in her story, she said that she's convinced that her Furby became possessed by a demon. And this is her story. So it was winter of 1999, and I was 8 years old. And to my delight, I had gotten a Furby for Christmas. For a while, everything was fine, and I was living my best 8-year-old life. But then the Furby started getting too smart. At that time, our house had a landline phone, and the Furby eventually figured out that whenever the phone rang, one of us would run up to the phone to answer it. So whenever the Furby wanted attention, it started mimicking the sound of the phone ringing. No matter the time of day or night, it would sometimes go ring, 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 ring. Eventually, I got really sick of it, so I asked my dad to help me take the batteries out. Little 8-year-old me witnessed the batteries coming out, and yet the Furby never turned off. So,
What?
realizing the batteries didn't make a difference, we just put the batteries back in and then put it back on the shelf in my bedroom. I don't know what happened to it, and I swear I didn't dunk it in water or anything. But from then on, like after they took the batteries out and put them back in,
Mm-hmm.
they said my Furby's voice box somehow became distorted and it had a low, garbled voice. It would still say ring, 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 ring in a creepy,
Uh,
demonic voice. Isn't that
what?
creepy?
That's creepy.
Yeah,
That that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
right.
That's not a, I feel like that's not a technical issue.
That's not a glitch.
That sounds a little bit like a demon.
I found two explanations for what could be going on with the Furbies, so you can decide for yourself which answer you want to accept, or you can go do your own research and find a different answer.
Yeah.
But these are the two things that I found that I think could explain it
Okay.
one way or the other. So, number one, some people are saying that Furbies have built in backup batteries so that if regular batteries die and you're, replacing them, it's built in that way so that the Furby won't lose all of its memory.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so
Okay.
when you
So,
take the batteries out and it's
yeah.
still on, it could be just that backup battery giving it just a little more juice to still go.
Okay. But after four
Um,
years in a closet, I think not,
yeah, I
actually.
know. I know, right? It's like that's a stretch. So another explanation for this whole Furby panic is that AI is currently being experimented and tested to be used for ghost hunting equipment. I couldn't find any direct examples of AI being used for ghost hunting other than the TikTok filter, like where people were
Oh,
show like that, like visual one. But I couldn't find any that were like audio. But that's what's being experimented on right now is that uh so basically if you Google Project Deep Whisper, that's what the experiment is right now.
hmm.
You'll find that a tech company has been experimenting with AI for ghost hunting. They said that they use a device that is able to decipher voices that are picked up by a microphone. Then, when they run the recording through speech, Google's speech neutral network, which is able to translate over 110 languages, they look and see if there's any words or phrases that are detected.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like being ran through like a bunch of different stuff, like basically being like strained of its information using AI to find out if there were any words that were said or sounds that were made, things like that.
Okay.
So that project is still ongoing. But that might be like an explanation, like for the fact that Furbies have AI technology inside of them. And if spirits are able to communicate through AI, then it is technically possible that it was being used that way and we didn't know it or didn't
Yeah.
realize it. So
Right.
it is possible.
Well, but also a doll can be used, as we've seen,
Mm-hmm.
as
So you have
a
to have
vessel for paranormal. So, like,
exactly.
it's not too far-fetched that a Furby could also be used. It's just crazy how many of them
Mm-hmm.
have this rogue
Yeah.
experience, that it's like, is it really that common for like it to be possessed by a spirit, or is it the AI that's just wonky, the
Yeah.
technology, whatever? It is
Mm-hmm.
interesting to think about that it could be a mass freaking possession of all
Right.
Furbies.
Like,
But
yeah, like widespread.
right.
Um, so now that this story is over, I want everybody to know that I am in search of a Furby from the 1998 era. So help me find one.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we're on the hunt. I want one
Yes.
too.
Yeah. I found cute ones on eBay. They're like little miniature ones. Or, Funko Pop,
Uh-huh.
they have a Furby.
Are they cute though? Like, do they have the
They're
same?
cute. They're cute,
Okay.
but I mean they're just a Funko Pop, so it's not like they do anything.
Oh,
So I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of cute just to have like a little,
so it
you
doesn't
know,
like go rogue?
yeah, right. It's just cute, like for nostalgia. So I
Yeah.
think I might get one of those. So as always, thank you so much to our Patreon members for supporting us and listening to this when it airs in February. You are our true Valentines.
We love you and we hope you love us.
Right.
I hope the feeling is mutual.
Yeah. That would be awkward if it wasn't.
I don't want to be led on, okay? Is all I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. Like we don't have time for that.
No, we don't have time.
But if you're not a Patreon member, okay, the least you could do to show us your love and support is to share us with your loved ones, the people that you do love. Share us and like us and follow us.
You know what I want for Valentine's Day from our
What?
listeners?
Hmm.
I would like for you to take 5 minutes out of your day
Yeah.
and leave us a review.
Yes,
Like
please.
on Spotify,
With
on
4 stars or more.
on Apple Podcasts. If you choose to be like brutally honest, uh maybe don't leave a review.
Right.
I'm just kidding. But like really, I would really like some reviews.
Mm,
It really helps us get found by other listeners.
yes,
And it's
it
just, it
does.
would be very helpful. And so we're begging you.
Yeah, even if you have like a spouse or like a boyfriend or girlfriend who has their own Spotify or Apple podcast, go onto their account and just leave us a review,
Yeah.
like a fake one. It's
We
fine.
need you to fudge the numbers somehow.
It's okay if you're a bot.
Yeah.
That's fine. We won't judge.
I don't think my husband has left a review, so maybe I'll start there.
Yeah, I don't think Mitch has either. I was just thinking that. I'm like, I've left us a review.
So have I. I
Yeah,
think
so
we're doing great.
right? Like, I mean, yeah, like on average, we're
On
yeah,
average, our episodes, at least I think I'm entertained.
yeah. I
So
I smile a little bit when I'm listening back. Just a little.
Just a little bit. Ugh. I
But you
think
can find us. Oh, what?
never mind. You go ahead.
Okay. You can find us wherever you find your favorite podcasts, as well on social media, specifically on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. And if you're listening, give us a shout out. I already said that on your Instagram. Oh, I was going to say, give us a shout out on your Instagram or Facebook story. Like, you should, like, if you're listening, like, share it and be like, look, I'm listening to this podcast, and then, like, add us because we want to see you listening.
Yeah, I would like to know
Yeah.
what's going on in your ears.
And give us a thumbs up or thumbs down, like an active, like, live reaction. Like in
Like,
this moment in time, it's this.
you know what I would really love?
What?
And maybe I wouldn't, but it would be really cool if our listeners made a habit of like every episode that they listen to, they would either send us a message or put it on their story and like say whatever episode they're listening to, number like 37 or whatever, and then
Mm-hmm.
they put a thumbs up or thumbs down. I
Yeah.
would really like that amount of feedback.
Documented
Yeah.
feedback.
I need people to
Right.
tell us pretty consistently how much
But
they like us or don't like us.
I wonder if some of our listeners just don't want other people to know that they're listening to us. Secret listeners.
Yeah, I could understand why you'd want to hide that from your friends.
Right. So if you're a closet listener, just send us a DM. That's
Send us a
okay. We won't
message.
out you.
Yeah,
We won't tell.
I won't. I just want to know. I just
Your
want to know
secret is safe
how
with
we're
us.
doing.
Right.
And I need specifics. You can say, you know what, April, if you could stop coughing, that'd be really nice because I hate listening to it. Or
Yeah. Or
or
Katie, if you can
like,
stop stuttering so much.
yeah, if you could read the words on the paper, right? That'd be awesome.
Right.
Do you remember when we used to use paper? It was so
Yeah.
funny.
And you're like as I'm
Why
like
did we
turning the pages.
why did we do that? Why didn't we
We're
just
old
use our
school.
phones? I'm
Well,
just
you're the one
thinking,
that made the transition way
hmm,
before I did even.
I know, but I think it's
Yeah.
funny that we started out using paper.
I don't know. I'm just very hands-on when it comes to notes. Like even still looking at a screen, I'm like, like I would still prefer paper.
I
I'm
mean,
only doing it this way because of the noise.
oh, really?
Yeah. Like I have a hard time keeping track of where I am.
You could still use paper. It would
No, because it
just,
would be noisy.
you just make it really
Just
obvious that you're turning a page. So
just
we
like
all
very
stop.
delicately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
Or you could put it in the sleeves. And so when you
Mm,
turn it, it wouldn't make a sound really. Not the papery sound, anyways.
yeah.
Like put it in a binder. Make it a book. Make a book every time you do notes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but then my OCD would have to go back and like print out my old notes.
I know. I would do the
Because
same. I'd be
then
like, okay, I gotta make this like
official.
my journal of
Yeah,
episodes,
right.
which would be
I'll
kind of
just
fun.
adapt. I just gotta adapt to technology.
But then we have Furbies.
Yeah. So that's my story. That's it. We're
That was
done.
good.
Yeah.
I like that one because I I think the nostalgia is really fun. And then also I think everyone is creeped out by Furbies. They are
Yeah.
very cute, but they are so creepy. And so
They're
I
really
think
cute. Like
it's
when
a
I was shopping
universal
for
feeling.
them,
Mm-hmm.
when you're shopping for them though, like I have to have one, you know?
Yeah, they did
For
a good
some
job
reason.
about the
Yeah.
design of those. I think they're
Yeah.
really cute. They really are.
Right. But
I
then when you look
just
at them for too long, it's like, what are you up to?
I think it's when you start hearing them talk and blink and
Yeah.
you're like, this is, I don't know how I feel about this.
Right. Oh my gosh, but I want one so bad.
Okay, let's get Furbies.
Okay. Are you gonna get like the old one, old school, or are you gonna get like a newer, like the
An
Furby
older
Boom?
one.
Because the newer ones can sing with you.
I don't care. I just
You don't
want
want it
the
to sing.
old ones.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
Okay, we're gonna get one. We'll
Yeah.
find one and we'll get one, and then maybe we'll have them in the background turned on for an episode or
Yes.
two.
We'll use them for our own ghost hunting and like
Yeah.
let them react to our stories.
Yeah, that would be funny. Okay, we're gonna do it.
Okay.
Okay, let me know when you get one.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks for
Um,
listening. It's been real. Listen and follow and tell us you like us and all the things. I think we
tell
already
us.
did the outro stuff, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah, we did everything.
Oh, nice. Okay, well.
Oh, all right.
Mm,
Okay,
okay,
bye.
bye.